Very. Can you say that again? Emotional intelligence. I want to say that again.
Yes.
All right. Very good. Very good. Now, I can see that most of you guys are maybe in secondary school. Some of you are just maybe finishing primary school. Mostly, I want to believe we have majority of teenagers here, okay? And we all know what is happening in those areas. You know, like some people always say that the pressure is up. It's a crazy world we live in right now, and a whole lot is happening that can, that can alter our beliefs and values as teenagers. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about me briefly, something I experienced sometimes back when I was a teenager. I know we all love to hear stories. How many of us are ready for my story? How many of you wants to hear the story? If you want to hear the story, can you say yay? Just say yes if you want to hear the story. If I don't hear your yes, I won't tell the story. Okay, everybody wants to hear the story. So story. Once upon a time. Okay, now the story is actually about me. It's not about tortoise and rabbits, okay, or about lion and maybe a cow or something. Okay, so when I was a teenager, I think when I was about 15 years old, okay, I had a crush on this guy. You know what it means when they say somebody has a crush on someone? I like one guy like that.
No. That's a question. That's me. We are not
All right, so she's going to join us in a moment. I guess she has a network issue, so she is disconnected.
Okay.
Okay. I know you guys are glad to see you. Right in front of you. Oh, so she started saying something, if you can remember. What did she say she had?
She had a crush on a guy.
Wow. So anybody
Very fell in love with somebody.
Okay. All right, that's awesome. Okay, that means you're having some butterflies in your flying in your tuba, whenever you see that. Oh, I'm a butterfly. I think it's very bad. So let me ask you a question. What do you understand by emotion? What do you understand by
Hey.
what do you understand by everybody wants to try. So it's saying, feeling emotion. What do you understand by everybody wants to try? Everybody. I will call you. You know where I do my own. You know from kind of jobs. And it's when you are looking away that I will not call you. So it's better you are looking at me. All right.
Emotion means having a feeling of something or someone.
Please let's appreciate it. All right. Having a feeling of something of something. All right. So that's a beautiful one. So let me start about stop.
Wait.
All right. So what you say sentiment? What do you mean? Sentiment.
Sorry.
The title of the consultation is emotional intelligence. What does it mean to say intelligence?
Intelligence means when you have knowledge of something.
Beautiful. Let's appreciate Emmanuel. Alright, so basically that is emotional intelligence, having knowledge of how you are feeling. You know, one of the challenges we have as teenagers or sometimes even as adults is that you don't even understand yourself. Hello, somebody.
Yeah.
You don't even understand sometimes I don't find out what to do. All right, I'm going to balance the reason. Everyone says, sometimes I don't find out what to do. And it happens to many of us. You all count and the next moment you just move in, you don't want to be alone, you don't want anybody to talk to you, you don't want to anybody. You just feel like this goes around, just let me be. And sometimes even you cannot explain why you are feeling the way you are feeling. I always tell people. So when you get to that point, when you have that understanding, that means that you are becoming more aware of your emotions. Now, when you now understand how you are feeling. Now, what are the types of emotions that nobody wants to do in a physical day? Somebody wants to cry. What are the kind of emotions you normally go through in a typical day? Anybody wants to cry, everybody wants to cry, everybody wants to cry. Good, thank you so much. Sometimes you're sad, sometimes you're happy, okay, so any other emotion you don't want to or its states. We will ask when she going to talk to its challenges and adults. So I don't think she has. I don't want to take her class to allow her to just call me. She's going to call me that's about 2 minutes ago. I think we have go. Okay, let's go. Once she comes in, one of our by wife. To get one. So emotional intelligence means that let's do that. How do you do your emotional intelligence? Somebody gets into today. How do you do the emotional intelligence? How do you get to understand your feeling? How do you get to do you even know what I want to say? Yes. So for you to use the emotional intelligence or find area where you need to do your competence, just allow the when she comes in, okay? There are 5 things where you need 5 areas where you need to do your competence. So someone you need. So the first area is what I call empathy. Somebody say empathy. Empathy. Anybody from the back. Really, all those people are the voice on that. So it's back.
No.
All right, she's waiting to be admitted. Okay, sorry, thank you for that.
Okay, so you're even.
Okay, guys, I'm really very sorry. I'm so sorry. A call came in and interrupted the network. All right, so you can hear me, right? You all can hear me, right? Can you hear me? All right, very good. Okay, so nothing is going to interrupt this time. So let's continue. All right, I was telling you a story about myself that when I was a teenager, I had a crush on this guy. You know what it means when you have a crush on someone. I liked the guy. Okay, so I really liked him and I wanted to be his friend. But it was not staying in my house. It was staying like 3 buildings away from mine. So eventually we got talking, and when we got talking through a friend of mine who also lives in that house. So we got talking, you know, of course, they always tell me nice things about myself, that I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm pretty, I'm all that. But then I noticed that anytime we were together, he was always staring at other girls whenever they passed, especially girls with big bum, you know. So I was always like, why is he looking at there, you know? So it affected my self-esteem. It affected my self-esteem. I felt bad. I felt like I was not good enough. And then you know what I started doing? Anytime I wanted to dress up, because I believe that it probably doesn't really like me because I don't have big bum like other girls. So I was always wearing plenty shorts under my dress. Anytime I want to dress, I'll wear like 3 or 4 different boxers underneath or different shorts so that my bum will look big. You can imagine, very funny, right? Yes, really very funny. It affected my self-esteem. I didn't feel good about myself. I was ashamed of myself. But one day my aunt what was happening. My aunt noticed what was happening and she saw that I was always wearing plenty shorts underneath. So she called me and asked me that, Adasa, why are you dressing like this? So I busted into tears and I had to tell her that because I wanted my bum-bums to look big. So she laughed. Then at the same time, she told me that you are perfect the way you are. You are beautiful the way you are. You don't need big bum to look beautiful. You don't need big breasts to look beautiful. You don't need to be taller to look beautiful. You don't need to be shorter to look beautiful. If you are fat, you are beautiful. If you are slim, you're beautiful. That God has made us wonderfully well. Okay, so why did I cite this example? Why did I tell you the story? I'm trying to tell you one of the challenges teenagers face. Okay, that was one of my own challenges as a teenager then, self-esteem. And you agree with me that many of us also go through challenges, right? Am I right? Of course. Yeah. You know, some of us go through peer pressure in school. You know what it means to go through peer pressure, right? Like you see a group of some students in school, you know, they are dressed in a certain way. They want to form a kind of caucus and they want to make you feel that you don't belong, you know. And because you want to be one of them, you want to start doing some of the things they do. That's peer pressure, okay? Or you see some set of students who are like, they call themselves the big boys in school. Maybe some of them are indulging in, so there's a way they fly their collar, there's a way they dress. Some of them even do bad things like smoking and all that. And there are some of us that are from very good homes that we want to be like these boys because we want people to see us as big boys. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to start doing what they are doing. You understand? Then some of us have eating disorder. Some of us have test anxiety. Maybe when you want to write a test in school, you start feeling this anxiety. Am I going to pass? Am I going to fail? What is it going to look like? So those are the things we face. I'm just mentioning. Then some of us are also going through bullying. How many of us have been bullied? I remember that I was bullied when I was in secondary school by a senior student. How many of us have been bullied before? Raise your hand. We'll just wave your hands like this. Yeah, one way or the other, we all have been bullied. But it's a bad thing. Is it that school bullying or cyber bullying? You know, some of us on the internet, maybe we have been bullied. Then some of us go through anxieties, like I measured earlier on. Some of us go through depression. You know, depression, sometimes you just wake up in the morning and you don't feel like going to school. You don't want to go to school. You don't want to stand up. You don't want to have your bath. You just want to sleep all day. It happens to everyone. It happens to every one of us. And it doesn't make us,
Not yay. Hi.
Okay, I believe you all can hear me. So it
Yeah.
affects our self-esteem, it affects our actions, it affects what we do. But it's not supposed to be like that, okay? We're supposed to live healthy, we're supposed to have a healthy self-esteem. And that is exactly why we have to learn emotional intelligence. So now I want someone to tell me, have you ever heard about emotional intelligence? If you've ever heard about emotional intelligence, can you wave your hand? Okay, good. What's your name? The girl in front, the one sitting. Okay, very good. Can you tell me what emotional intelligence is?
Emotional intelligence means that when people feel like they think about what they want and they look at it and then think, ah, I feel they don't know how they feel. Like some people think that it's better to be like other, but you don't have to do that. You just have to be yourself and stand up with them.
Okay, thank you very much. Can we all give her a round of applause? That's a very good attempt. Thank you so much. Who else wants to try? Who else wants to try? What emotional intelligence is? Who else wants to try? I want us to be interactive. What's your own name? Tell me your name first. Okay, so tell us, what do you think emotional intelligence is?
Emotional intelligence means having knowledge on how you are feeling. That's the beginning of it.
Okay, can you try and speak without using the mic? I think I can hear you better when you don't use the mic.
Emotional intelligence means having knowledge on how you are feeling.
Very good. Very, very good. Can you give him a round of applause, please? Thank you very much. Okay, you all have tried, okay? Having a knowledge about how you feel. That is very brilliant, okay? Now, I want you all to write this down. I want everybody to write this down. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand.
It's this. You want to write?
Manage your own emotions.
The ability to understand.
Did you all hear me? Your own emotions, as well as the emotions of others.
Understand, manage, and know your own emotions, as well as that of others. Understand, manage, know your own emotions, as well as that of others.
Okay, so we're going to stop there. They're going to pick the rest from everything I'll be saying. Okay, when they say somebody is emotionally intelligent, that means the person ability to recognize, to interpret, and process their own emotions and the emotions of other people. Okay, because we all are human emotions. Okay, we have emotions. Our body system on a daily basis, we have different kinds of feelings that we experience. Some of the feelings we experience include anger, we experience sadness, we experience joy, we experience happiness, we experience disgust, we experience anxiety. Okay, all these kind of feelings are normal and it is known to be felt by humans. In fact, it is okay to be angry. Unlike some people will tell you that, no, don't get angry. It is very okay to be angry. Okay, but how you now manage your anger is what differentiates you from someone who is not emotionally intelligent. It's okay to be depressed. Also do something about it if you are emotionally intelligent, because we have very limited time. I am supposed to tell you about yourself first, because in the journey of emotional intelligence, it's important to understand yourself first. So I may not be able to go deep into it to save time, but I'm going to explain it briefly. And I want you all to pay attention because I'm going to be very brief, okay? Now, I have 4 different personalities, okay? They call them 4 temperaments, okay? Because everyone in the whole world belongs to this 4 category, all right? So I am going to explain this briefly so that you will understand, because in the process of trying to understand the people you are dealing with and yourself, it's important to understand their temperament, it's important to understand their personality so that you will know why they act the way they do. And when you understand why they act the way they do, then you'll be able to manage them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. So now the first one I'm going to talk about is the choleric. Okay. What did I say? The choleric. I'm going to spell it for you. CHOLERIC. I'm going to take CHOLERIC. Okay, they are this kind of people that are very strict. They get angry easily. They are natural leaders. They always want to be in charge. Okay. They want to do it. Okay. They are very, very opinionated. They want to control. Okay. Those are the choleric. Now you will understand why I tell you all this as you continue. Those are the first set of people. And as I'm talking to you about all this kind of people, okay, I would like you to create somebody you know that belongs to that category. Or at the end of it all, I would like to ask you where you think you belong. So that's the first one. The first one is choleric. Then the second one is sanguine. The sanguine, I'm going to spell the sanguine for you. SANGUINE. SANGUINE. That's the sanguine. Okay, now the sanguine are this kind of people that are very fun-loving. They are very playful. They are fun to be with. They are fascinating storytellers. When you are with them, there is never a dull moment with them. Anywhere you see them, they're always lively. They also call them the life of the party because they love to party. They love to have fun. They love to tell fascinating stories. They are very enthusiastic, very energetic people. They are fun-loving. They just want to have fun. They are very to feeling other people's feelings, okay? They are the kind of people that are not happy. They will show you they're not happy with you as well. When you are sad, they will want to be there for you. When you are very happy, be there for you. Those are the kind of people we call the sanguine. Always excited. Sometimes this is the way they excite. Never a dull moment with them. Now the third one is the melancholic. Okay, the spelling of the melancholic is MELANCHOLIC. I'm going to take that again. MELANCHOLIC. Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat box so that somebody can read it out for you. Let me put it in the chat box. The first one is choleric, so you can check if you miss it. The second one is the sanguine. The third one is the melancholic. And the last one is the phlegmatic. Just put it in the chat box. Somebody can read it out for you guys. Okay, so the melancholic are this kind of people that are very analytical. Okay, they are detailed people. They are the kind of people that are very, okay, they are very organized. Whenever they put something somewhere, they make sure that they arrange it very well. And if you interpret or you interfere with their things, they know no matter how well you try to replace them back. You know, this kind of people that are very, very, very detailed and meticulous when they want to do something. They take their time to plan. When you see them, they don't like anything staining them. You know, that your friend that is always very neat, shoes, clean clothes. If anything stains it like this, they won't be happy. And they are very hard to please. When you do something for them, they believe on better, so they want to do it their own way. That's a melancholic. And finally, the phlegmatic. The phlegmatic are this kind of people that are very slow. They are cool, calm, and collected. They don't like troubles. Conflict terrifies them. They try as much as possible to avoid conflicts. Anywhere you see them, they are cool. They are very agreeable. And they also make friends easily, just like the sanguine, because they are very submissive. Tell them to do something, they do it. When you tell them to sit down, they do it. When you tell them to stand up, they do it. They are very obedient, easygoing. So that is it about the 4 temperament. Now, quickly, before I continue, I would like you guys, which one is the first one that I mentioned? Choleric, very good. Which one is the second one?
Sanguine.
Sanguine, very good. Which one is the third one? Melancholic. The last one, the fourth one that I mentioned. I want to be talking. You must have created a mental you know that belongs to that category. Some of us are choleric. We are very strict. We are natural leaders. We want to get things done. How many of us belongs to that category? You know, you are the choleric, the no-nonsense kind of person. You are a leader. You want to get things done. You don't like distraction. Okay, good. What about the sanguine, the fun-loving, the life of the party? The
life of the party.
The one many people are big friends. Okay, very good. What about the melancholy? The one who is very sensitive, very analytical and detailed. The one who is hard to please and very organized. Who are those kind of people? Does anybody belong to that category? Okay. What about the last one, the phlegmatic? Very easygoing. They don't like trouble. They don't like wahala. They want to be on their own. They are peacemakers. Do you know anyone who belongs to that category?
Yeah.
Someone like I don't like trouble.
So now that we know the 4 temperaments and we also know the definition, you need to know that will help you to be emotionally intelligent, especially as teens, to manage a whole lot of things like your any form of peer pressure. Submit to peer pressure. If you're going to submit to any peer pressure, positive, because peer pressure can be both positive and negative. Okay, it will help you to, you won't submit to any negative pressure around you. Okay, Pastor Bankole, I got that, it's fine. You won't submit to any negative pressure around you because you are going to be the peer pressure. You're going to be the positive peer pressure. People, this is how well you behave. You're going to be role models to other teenagers around you. So the first one is self-awareness. Awareness. All right. So already mentioned part of it. Okay. Remember, emotional intelligence, say the ability to be aware, you know, of your own emotions. Okay, self-awareness is talking about you being aware of your own emotion, understanding yourself. And that is why I have to quickly explain the 4 temperaments to us. Because when you know your temperament, it will help you to know your strengths and your weaknesses. It will also help you to know what you're capable of doing, what are going to trigger you naturally, that won't trigger someone else. And then to also help you to understand other people. Because when you already know that, okay, this is who you are, then you know that, okay, this is who this person is. This person is not like me. You will appreciate the individuality of every other person that you come across. That is what self-awareness does. So it is the basis of good intuition and decision making. Okay, before you react, before you do anything, you think about, okay, what is going to be the consequences? Because you already know yourself that, okay, I'm the kind of people that make rash decisions. I'm the kind of people that destroy things when I'm angry. I'm the kind of person that say nonsense when I'm angry, that say nasty things, things that I will regret later. Okay, that is what self-awareness does to you, okay? So it will help you to understand that this is who you are. So anytime something happens, it will guide you to calm down first and think about the best way to go about it. That is